Hello everybody, this is Jeff the Killer Part 2. Sorry about so many continuity errors and stuff, it's really early and all, but anyway, let's get back into it and all. And thank you guys so much for watching. I had to do this in two parts because it wouldn't fit all the way, even though I tried to go as fast as I could, as you could tell in the first one. But anyway, let's get back into it. Jeff screamed and fell to his knees. I'm going to read a little further back. Jeff screamed and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the face. After 3 kicks, Jeff grabbed his foot and twisted it, causing Randy to fall down to the ground. Jeff stood up and walked towards the back of the door. Troy grabbed him. Need some help? He picked up Jeff by the back of the collar and threw him through the patio doors. As Jeff tried to stand, he was kicked down to the ground. Randy repeatedly started kicking Jeff until he started coughing up blood. Come on, Jeff, fight me. He picked up Jeff and threw him into the kitchen. Randy sees a bottle of vodka on the counter and smashes it over Jeff's head. Fight! He throws Jeff back into the living room. Come on, Jeff, look at me. Jeff looks up and his face is riddled with blood. I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC. Now you're going to just sit there and let him rot in there for a whole year? You should be ashamed. Jeff starts to get up. Oh, finally, you stand and fight. Jeff is now on his feet, blood and vodka on his face. Once again, he gets that strange feeling, the one in which he hasn't felt for a while. Finally, he's up, says Randy as he runs at Jeff. That's when it happens. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed and all rational thinking is gone. All he can think is, kill. He grabs Randy and drives him to the ground. He gets on top of him and starts punching him straight into the heart. The punch causes Randy's heart to stop. Randy gasps for breath and Jeff hammers him down. Punch after punch and guts and blood gushing from Randy's body until he takes one final breath and dies. Everybody's looking at Jeff now. The parents, the crying kids, even Troy and Keith. Although they are easily broke from their gaze and point their guns at Jeff. Jeff sees the guns tanked on him and runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him. Each shot missing. Each shot missing. Jeff runs up the stairs. He hears Troy and Keith running up behind him, and they let out their final round of bullets. Jeff ducks into the bathroom, and he grabs a towel rack and rips it off the wall. Troy and Keith rush in, knives ready. Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith. He is more agile than Troy, though. He ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. He dropped the knife and grabbed Jeff by the neck. He pushed him into the wall, and a thing of bleach fell on top of him from the top shelf. It burnt both of them. They both started to scream. Jeff wiped his eyes as best he could. He pulled back the towel rack and swung it at Keith again, and as he laid there, bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile. What's so funny? He asked. Jeff asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. What's funny? He said, is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol. Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. As soon as the flames made contact with him, the flames engulfed the alcohol in the vodka. While the alcohol burned him, the bleached his skin. He let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire and tried to roll out the fire, but it was no use. The alcohol had made him a walking inferno. He ran down the hall, fell down the stairs, and everybody was screaming when they saw Jeff, now a man on fire, dropped down to the ground and nearly dead. The last thing he saw was his mother and the other parents trying to extinguish the flame as he passed out. When Jeff woke up, he had a cast wrapped around his face. He couldn't see anything. He felt a cast on his shoulder and stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up, but he realized that there were some tubes in his arm. When he tried to get up, it fell out, and a nurse rushed in. I don't think you should get out of bed just yet, she said as she put him back in the bed and reinserted the tubes. Jeff sat there with no vision and no idea what his surroundings were. Finally, after hours, he heard his mother. Honey, are you okay? She asked. Jeff couldn't speak. His face was covered. He was unable to speak. Oh, honey, I have great news. After all the witnesses told the police Randy confessed to trying to attack you, they decided to let Lou go. This almost made Jeff bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube in his arm. He'll be out by tomorrow, and you two can be able to be together again. Jeff's mother hugs Jeff, and she says goodbye. The next couple weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family. Then the day came where his bandages were removed. His family were all there to see it, what he would look like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everybody was on edge on their seat. They waited until the last bandage holding the cover over his face was removed. "Let's hope for the best," said the doctor. He quickly pulled the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screamed at the sight, and Lou and Jeff's dad, stared awestruck at his face. What happened to my face? What happened to my face?" Jeff said. He rushed out of the bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of their distress. His face. It's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face was turned into a pure white color. His hair singed from brown to black. He slowly pulled his hand to his face. It was a sort of leathery feel to it now. He looked back at his family, and then back to the mirror. Jeff, Lou said, "It's not that bad." "Not that bad?" Jeff said. "It's perfect." His family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably, and his family watched and noticed that his left eye and his hand were twitching. Jeff, are you okay?" "Okay? I've never felt more happier." "Look at me. This face goes perfectly with me." He couldn't stop laughing. He stroked his face, feeling it, looking in the mirror. What caused this? Well, you may recall that when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind, his sanity, had snapped. He was left a crazed, killing maniac. His family didn't know. His family didn't know that. "Doctor," Jeff's mother said, "is my son all right in the head?" "Oh, yes, his behavior is typical for patients that have taken large amounts of painkillers. If his behavior doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back, and we'll give him a psychology test." "Well, thank you, doctor." His mother went over to Jeff. Jeff's mother went over to Jeff. "Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go." Jeff looked away from the mirror, his face still formed into a crazed smile. "Okay, Mommy." His mother took him by the shoulder and took him to get his clothes. "This is what we came in." "This is what came in," the lady at the desk said. Jeff's mother looked down to see the black dress pants and the white hoodie her son wore. Now that they were clean of blood and now stitched together, Jeff's mother led him out of his room and made him put his clothes back on. Then they left, not knowing that this was their final day of life. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to the sound of something coming from the bathroom. It sounded like crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. What she looked into the bathroom and saw was a horrendous sight. Jeff had a knife and had carved a smile into his cheeks. "Jeff, what are you doing?" his mother asked. Jeff looked at his mother. "I couldn't keep smiling, Mama. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever." Jeff's mother took notice of his eyes, ringed and black now. "Jeff, your eyes." His eyes were seemingly never closing. "I couldn't see my face. I got tired and my eyes started to close. So I burned out my eyelids so that I could see forever. So I could forever see myself, my new face." Jeff's mother slowly started to back away, seeing that her son had gone completely insane. "What's wrong, Mommy? Ain't I beautiful?" "Yes, son," she said. "Yes, you are. Let me go get Daddy, and he can see your face." She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from his sleep. "Honey, get the gun. She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway, holding a knife. "Mommy, you lied." That's the last thing they heard as Jeff rushed them with the knife before gutting them both. Jeff's brother Jeff's brother Lou woke up, startled by the noise. He didn't hear anything. He didn't hear anything else. So he just shut his eyes and tried to go to sleep. He was on the border of slumber when he got a strange feeling that somebody was watching him. He looked up before Jeff's hand covered his mouth, and he slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Lou. Lou thrust and trying to escape Jeff's grasp. Shh, Jeff said. Go to sleep. Unknown killer still at large. Anyone with the police are on the lookout for this man. Anyone that you see that fits his description of this crazed maniac, please contact your local police immediately. And that's the end of the story. Sorry I had to make it a two-parter, and sorry I kept stumbling over my words. As of recording this, it's pretty early. Anyway, thank you guys so much. And I probably will re-record this and all when I get a little bit better setup and all. I get better at this. Thank you guys so much for watching and so much for listening. I hope you guys liked it. And I will be redoing this eventually in the future and all. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy Halloween. And have a safe Halloween out there. Safe from Jeff and safe from all the other crazy people out there. Anyway. See you guys later. And as always, stay infectious.